This is Jordan Grace, and you're listening to the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BWB, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, this on the regular, dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit it, talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
Hi, this is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Thanks.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Boyd. We have Rich Latta. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just walking through this world, just trying to be a real one.
Trying to be a real one? That's it. I see. That's it. I mean, you got, look, it's hard out here. You got people that are trying to be real ones, and then you got people trying to be CEOs, and I think that's where we start.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Big business special edition of AEW last Wednesday. In the TD Garden, home of the Boston Celtics, home of the Boston Bruins, tons of banners everywhere, and a multiple-time Women's World Champion shows up. It was Mercedes Moné, and she is officially all elite, as you can see in this clip, because I'm sure this part's going to get clipped. You see in my backdrop, Mercedes Moné is all elite. I put it up here because some people are in denial, some people are, coping, and I just want them to see it behind me while they're dealing with this. And if they watching it, if you so hateful, you got to turn it off. I agree. I'll say we'll stop here because it's going to get worse. So, Rich, where do you want to go from here?
Well, about 10 minutes before the broadcast started, I started resending out all the old clips of One Nation Radio where we covered her departure from WWE, the various reporting on that departure, her basically not coming back. Basically, like, yeah, she's going to Stardom. Like, she'll be at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep.
All that stuff, and throughout all of this stuff, this is where it was always headed. And I think we kind of said that. I was like, we know. I think it was a video where I was like, it was the title was like, Sasha Banks' WWE career may or may not be over. And in that video, I said something like, come on, man. We know where she's going. We don't have to fake. Like, This was June of 2022. This shit was an 18-month build, damn near. Like, I don't.
Yeah, like it's interesting how much Cody and Mercedes have like generated, and CM Punk over the last 2-3 years have like generated to like these ongoing clips of following their journeys through pro wrestling in their careers, because it's like they're interesting characters. They're at the top of the game, and like around them brings attention, eyes, and sometimes controversy. But with Mercedes,
there's a lot of intersections here.
Yeah, she pisses off totally different people than the people that like Cody pisses off at times, or that like people that are non-believers of Cody piss off. Same thing with CM Punk. Like it's the same thing, but like these like the demographics of these people wildly vary. And it's interesting to see how they all, get online and sling mud or deal with it. It's really interesting. Yeah.
Like with Mercedes, there's her fan base. There's your Gen Pop WWE fan. There's people that don't like her that were WWE fans that are upset with her. There are people that are happy to she's coming to AEW. There are, there's a Joshi element of it now that kind of got mixed into this with her.
Yeah.
And she is someone that obviously like does not do a lot of talking, but somehow the talk finds her.
Yeah, that's always been interesting, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, like I think there may be like some like PWI insider or PW insider, connection with Mike Johnson there, but it's very well hidden. I think you got to pay a lot of attention to catch that. But this is where it was always headed. If people don't want to like understand why this is happening, I think they're being willfully ignorant on many fronts. Not only the disrespect in the booking throughout her entire run in WWE,
yeah,
but the disrespect at the bank financially, all the people she was being paid behind. And I'm not just talking the other 4 horsewomen. We're talking about just like people that came along after that, but we also saw more of, the whole deal with more horsewomen getting thrown out there, like, oh, she asked for more than Becky Lynch. Like, we got the second round of all the reporting essentially that confirmed her last time. We got the debut, so they want to throw it out there again to try to fight, the goodwill, saying, right, well, she was asking for, whatever Becky Lynch was asking for, and then it comes out,
right?
And
was it from PW Insider? Perhaps this news that you're about to say, yeah. Another in the long lines of stories. I'm assuming from Mike Johnson, but I'm just going to say for sure, definitely from PW Insider. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and it was like, well, who would this benefit? We got to ask this question again. Right. This is with WWE saying, yo, we're not going to pay her more than X or whatever, and then you throw out your wrestler who has like a large fan base on their own. You radicalize your fan base to go fight that war in the Twitter streets or whatever, and
right,
comes down to, oh, she's not worth whatever, and it's like, yo, I think the concept of worth is largely bullshit personally. Yeah. I think it's whatever somebody's willing to give you, like, yeah. So
I mean, Rich, we've all been around friends in their romantic lives, and we see people we're saying, wow, they outkicked their coverage, or they may have not done as what we thought. That's how the market works.
Yeah,
right? That's how the market works.
And it comes out she was offered, large sums on both sides, and she chose AEW, and she talked about her reasons for it, and I believe it was like Sports Illustrated, and I think this is just like with her, Okada, Ospreay, like this is the big 3 or whatever that came in that, AEW won all of these pretty handily, like seemingly. Ospreay in the last week did an interview with Jericho where he basically said WWE lowballed him, and there were people within WWE that was like, yeah, they were kind of, surprised at, Triple H's offer and stuff like that. And the Okada thing, he went through Barry Bloom also. So like, right, we know where the Barry guys go. Yeah. But I mean,
and then a part of this when it comes to the last 3 big free agent signings that are coming back to American Pro Wrestling or whatever, like you hear this conversation from people that are anti WWE or pro WWE, and they're saying like, well, AEW's overpaying for these people, and it's like,
ooh, let's get into it.
Based on what? This isn't a sports league where there's a salary cap and like you pay a premium on free agents and potentially people that are you pay that potential premium for them means it's harder for you to spend more money on your upcoming roster in the future. There are people coming out of their rookie deals. That's not how this works.
Also, WWE's not in the poorhouse. Right. I don't know who needs to hear this. They make enough money?
How much again in the first 5 years?
I was gonna say, don't they make enough money from Saudi Arabia?
Well,
don't they make enough money from those TV deals? Don't they make enough money? Oh, it's because TKO's in it now, and y'all gotta abide by those rules.
Right.
That's why you're upset with it. And the Peacock deal, that y'all can't touch none of that money. Apparently, come on, man.
So I didn't know that, but I was gonna get to the part where it's like you mentioned TKO, like people have reported that, like, as far as the financials, the talent makes about 10% of the pot, as opposed to, any other sports league where they make close to or somewhere around 50, depending on the sports league. And same for WWE. They've always had a low amount of money percentage going to the actual talent. And, Cody just came up. Drew McIntyre's up soon. People, there may have been, a declaration told to people that, hey, as far as acquisitions, like, we're not going above X, Y, and Z. We want to keep this thing where it is. We want to continue, making as much profit as possible and keep paying these people as little as possible. And we don't know that. But given how TKO has ran UFC, it's a possibility at the very least. So people do this whole thing about AEW overpaying, and it's like, I guess. But then you hear about Mercedes that, like, oh, she also got an 8-figure deal on her contract. So, at least in the sense of Mercedes, no, this was a competitive.
You just lost.
This is a competitive.
It's just free will.
Right. So yeah, I'm
couple different comments coming in. Sue Williams said these dudes out here offering Stanford specials, which you don't make back in money, you'll make back in WrestleMania moments if you get booked.
Right. And the thing and the thing about like someone like Ospreay and someone like Okada especially is like they've wrestled in buildings in front of over 20,000 people. I understand like the idea of wrestling in front of 60, 70,000 people. Well, I don't know what it is based off the actual number or what the gate, whatever you want to do it, whatever. Like doing that in front of over 40,000 people. Once you've done it in over 20,000 people, how much of a difference is it for you? Like if Rock came out right in front of 20,000 people or in front of the WrestleMania crowd, he's still gonna goosebumps. And so it don't really matter. I've been doing that shit all week. I've been telling Rich like that shit is just funny as hell to me. He's like, yeah, every time that man come out, he's just titillated from the electricity. Have you seen Rock's new entrance?
Yes.
With the lightning?
Yes.
That shit's cool.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
Yeah, like after a certain amount of time, if you're someone like Mercedes, you've been there, done that, right? How does that really appeal to you? If you're someone like Okada that's main evented Wrestle Kingdom all those times, what does a WrestleMania night one in the fourth match gonna mean to you? Right? Like we
Jack shit.
When Danielson left, when Daniel Bryan was leaving for AEW, and he had his last WrestleMania main event, a triple threat with Edge and Roman Reigns, and afterwards he had those quotes saying like, "I went out there and
I felt nothing.
I felt nothing. I had no surge of adrenaline, no nothing." And people were like, "Nah, he's playing around. He ends up going to AEW." It's like, because he's been there, done that. You know,
that's like the old story about the Doors when they did the Ed Sullivan show,
right?
You're like, yeah, man, don't you sing this lyric because that you wouldn't give, it wouldn't be true. Baby girl, you couldn't get much higher. Couldn't sing that. Oh, they go out there, they sing this shit, and they say, hey, buddy, you'll never do the Ed Sullivan show again. Guess what? I already did the Ed Sullivan show.
Right. Morrison said that. Yeah, so like it's just
I just love how crazy she's driven everybody. How much she has turned people that swear to God that were like we got the bookmarks off. They swear to God that she would never appear in AEW. I had a hearty laugh at those people. Yeah. I thought about all the burials that WWE has done to her through the dirt sheets. I thought about, By the way, since you mentioned burials, so like I don't know this. I could perhaps be wrong. I'm just asking this question honestly in good faith. When Naomi came back, has Michael Cole like apologized or addressed the part where he like aired both her and Sasha out, now Mercedes out, like when that thing, or is it just like come back and just do jobs and it's just humiliation rituals for you until we're done embarrassing you because now know your place in your back? I don't know. I am not a regular WWE watcher to know if they went on television and looked in the camera. And Pat McAfee's back too, so he can go right back next to Michael Cole, and they could do it together if they wanted to. Yeah. But I didn't see anybody clip that and send that out. So
it's also funny at that time, like Pat McAfee, you were rewatching. We watched it a few times at the time when it came out because it was like so like nasty. Just Pat McAfee was like, he's making the face. He's like, bro, he's making face of be like, either he's responding to and he's also like, making face like, I want to make sure that the camera's on me and it runs. I had nothing to do with this. So yeah, man.
But yeah, another great point, Brewhaven. WWE fans love the phrase "get the bag" until AEW started offering them. You know, I think that wrestlers, like, this is why AEW exists. This is why WWE fought so hard to try to not let these guys get off the ground. Like, this is why NXT was put head to head. This is why they tried to, like, essentially stop them at every fucking angle when they were fucking counter programming Fight for the Fallen, where AEW's main goal was to collect email addresses and data, right? And then, like, up front say it was a charity show. What did WWE do? We're going to start running shows we've never aired on the WWE network at the same exact time. Like, all this stuff lines up. They didn't want these people to exist for shit like this, because if they pretty much want to treat them like the Mac, they want to keep them broke. Give them some money, they're liable to go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, this is
if
the thing
anybody's keeping the wrestlers broke, WWE wants to be the one keeping the wrestlers broke.
Yeah, and now it ain't even just their idea; it's also people that owns them. It's also their idea too. Like, everybody up top wants to pay them as little money as possible. So, yeah, you know, like, this is the thing that I think, you know, this is why I'm glad AEW exists. Like, if it doesn't work out, you're burnt out creatively, you feel like you're stuck, you can leave. And if you want to, you can come back. Look at Cody. Cody left. He was stuck in, you know, prelim comedy act thing forever. He left. He thought more for himself, and he was fucking right. And, you know, we had John Moxley burnt out, felt like he was doing silly shit. He wanted to leave. He was proven right. So, you know, I hope Mercedes proves you know, is proven right eventually too. And, you know, the lifeblood of pro wrestling is new matchups, right? So over time, people going from AEW to WWE and back and forth, like, I'm all for that. Like, that was one of the cool things about having the benefit of being old enough to see WCW and WWE WWF at the same time. It was like, people were able to go back and forth.
They had a great run of tickets leading up, you know, to Big Business. I think they finished maybe above 9,000.
Wasn't it something along the lines of
what is it, above 9,000?
Oh yeah, the Dragon Ball Z stat thing. Yeah,
I know my Dragon Ball Z. You know.
So I remember, I think along the lines of, like, once she tweeted out Boston, you know, with the boss and everything, like, tickets moved, like, she sold like 1,000 tickets moved since that moment or whatever. So I don't know if you just say that's a great walk up, or you include that in saying, like, once she made it as obvious as, motherfucker, I'm in the building, come tomorrow, tickets move. So yeah, like, she moved some tickets. That's a big deal, because, like, we talk about Becky Lynch and, like, her percentage in the Observer Hall of Fame voting, whatever else, and, like, me and you think, like, if Becky don't get in, we're just never putting women in ever again. And, like, Mercedes, that's to her credit. She was able to move 1,000 tickets in a day, or over 1,000 tickets. I think somewhere between 1,000 to 1,500, but whatever. Like, that's to her credit, and we'll see where this goes, because, like, we know she has very, very passionate fans that will dox you if it comes down to it.
Socials on the timeline. Right? That's right.
Right. And, we talk kind of crazy, but the thing is, like, if you watch our stuff, you know we love Mercedes too, so they ain't never doxed us.
Hey, I'm an OG Mercedes fan, according to some folks that, you know, I was talking to. It was like, oh, you an OG? I was like, yeah. You know, I was there in 2014 at Full Sail. You know, I was watching number one contender match with Bayley versus Sasha Banks. I guess that puts me down with the Mercedes Mafia.
Hey,
you know,
Rich, remember during the Iron Woman match? We was in there. We on camera, and while they yelling Sasha Ratchet, we yelling back, y'all just racist. It was us. We've been on these front lines, fighting the real battle. We have receipts
in person.
Almost a decade in this. Almost a decade in this thing. Yeah. Do we ever tell people the story?
Y'all just racist.
Yeah. Do we ever tell people the story of how we got those tickets and what I had to do to get those tickets?
Probably a long time ago.
So, yeah. For those that don't know, Full Sail Central is, you know, it's It's on I-4 next to Orlando. It's on the other side of Orlando from Tampa. And we live 20 minutes west of Tampa. So to get those tickets, I had to meet someone that had tickets to that takeover in Orlando. I drove from an hour and a half, 2 hours to Orlando and back the day before to then pick up Rich the next day and then drive back to Orlando to watch the show and come back home. We ruined this Bailey and Mercedes fandom.
Look, and not only did we do that, we had to wait outside before they let everybody in that sun. And it was like, it was October, but it was still fucking hot. It was Florida. Y'all don't understand.
Yeah. I don't think people realize that, like, we don't have a fall. We have a second summer. Yeah.
But I want to talk about obviously how she did. I thought this was like one of the most heartfelt kind of promos from her that I think I've ever heard. She comes out to the CEO new music, CEO chants in the song. I love the chorus of the song. I like the beat. I heard it in the headphones. It sounds a little different than it does in the arena. I think it sounds way better in the arena personally. And Mercedes is rapping on there.
I haven't listened to the lyrics. Is it up? Is it on AEW Music?
No, you can find it on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
You find it on Spotify. I'll just say this. I like the chant. I like the chorus part like that. That all goes is a smart, move to take that sample because that shit is unfuckwittable.
Yeah, it is. I saw people like they taking the Walter stuff. I was like, nah, they doing Ludacris Coming to America. These bitches throwing rose petals at my feet, man.
Yeah, I'm digging the presentation. The whole deal with CEO stuff. The music feels like really big. Yep. She feels important. Yep. As I said, very heartfelt promo, and I was happy. I was happy to see her, and happy to see her smiling. And it was like she's back because like she's such an important person. I think in if you look at it,
decade of American pro wrestling. Yes, absolutely.
If you look at it, she's kind of she was in working New Japan and in Stardom and stuff like that, but essentially from the American wrestling television, she's been out of commission for like 2 years, and now she has all new opponents. She has all new like kind of position that she's like positioned as. Like this is her chance to be like, all right, I am a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes because like if she can, it's kind of, we don't know this. Like we think they got their shit together because Mercedes was coming in. But if this thing is actually just like, once we get her more in more matches and we get past like the Julia Hart, Sky Blue stuff or whatever else, and there's Willow and Sky and Jamie Hayter comes back and Thunder Rosa's, being showcased more on TV and Deeb and Sheeta and so on and so forth. And, like we actually really have something. Like, we really have something. And that's, and that would be, in theory and credit to her. Like I'm going to do the whole thing where like, it's like Jericho invented X, Y, and Z, but it definitely goes a long way towards her candidacy. And I think a lot of things that has hurt her over the years is like the injuries have stopped and started her. Her burnout factor with WWE has hurt her. And if she can just stack up like 3 solid years, something like that, compared to what her average work is, you have to look back and be like,
well, while doing business, like if you add that in and then like you add in like, all right, this, what has been perceived as like this major black hole on this promotion, right? If she comes in and fills that in, right? How do you not have an influence argument there?
Right.
Like,
right.
As she stands right now, I still think she has more work to do, but like there's a chance to do it. So I'm happy to see her, get a chance to do her thing. And this whole event was built around her, and it felt like it. Yeah.
And like it was cool seeing the crowd take to her, and also it was interesting to see like how people reacted online to her. It was like, I talked about this a while back about Sasha and WWE, like the fandom, the super fans when it comes to our hardcore fans when it comes to that is like, it's almost like the Laker Kobe thing. Like there are hardcore Laker fans, but there are also people that are just Kobe fans, and like they don't you know, and like they are Kobe fans first and Laker fans second, and like to see the people like doing the whole thing where it's like they turned on Dynamite, and then the second like she was off air, they cut off until they go. And then,
that was corny.
And then they cut back because they knew she was come back out. I was like, you're right, it is corny because like, oh, this is your personality. Like
because it was performative. It was like you didn't have to show us that.
Right.
You could have just did that in the comfort of your own home. You know, you could have turned off the Mercedes segment, fixed yourself something to eat, put your kid to bed, took the trash out, whatever. Came back, watched it, tweeted about it, whatever. But motherfuckers want to be corny.
They want to be like, they want to be like, no. Don't be wrong. Like she remarried, but AEW is stepdad, and I hate that nigga. That's exactly what that was. That's exactly what that was. like once she came on screen, like, and they showed, because I saw the clip, like they wanted to show a replay of Swerve giving the house call to one of the dudes in Undisputed Kingdom, and like all I saw was that one kick, and like all I saw when they clicked that shit, I was like, that's basically her praising the shit. I was like, that's basically her saying, "Nigga, you ain't my daddy." It was funny to me. And like the way the coke that's going on, the alliances, the allegiances, it's all
getting nasty.
It's all gonna be weird, and it's like, all right, we don't see where the allegiance is when it comes time for her first match on pay-per-view, because I don't give a damn how
all that money spent the same, don't it?
No. I was like, I don't give a damn how much you like Mercedes or not. You dropping that 50, you may as well stay around and you may as well pull up a fucking chair and watch the rest of the show until she comes on.
I'm sorry, they don't divide that up. You know, like, they're like, actually, can I only pay 18 for Mercedes' match? What
was the movie that Chris Rock was in when he was playing someone broke that was like trying to get a rib sandwich? He went to a rib shack and they was like, how much a rib sandwich cost? He was like, $8. He was like, how much for one rib? that's what these motherfuckers do. When they tell, can I get like the 10? How much can I get this Mercedes match for 10? Like, no, you spend this whole 50 with your broke ass, with your cheap ass.
Sit your ass down, you know. Watch a damn show, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad that she's, you know, back on someone's television wrestling, and I'm glad she's healthy and everything. You know, last time she saw her, she was injured with the New Japan Strong match with Willow, so. Glad that's all cleared up. And like I said before, like, shout out to Tony Khan, really relieved for Tony Khan. We said that may have all the egg on his face for showing her left and right and front and center, up and down and side to side, everywhere in Wembley Stadium in the press box. He can finally be relieved that he got pen to paper. Cause bro,
reeled her in, you know.
Cause bro, that would have been super nasty if she had used that man for promo to come back to WWE. In fact, if I was WWE, if I was if Vince is still around, Vince would have been like, yes, I'll pay you an extra $1 million more just because he did that.
Like, not to go.
Right. Because look, that money ain't nothing to Vince. You know what Vince spent money on.
Exactly. Y'all know.
Yeah.
Y'all can check my tweets.
That was, you had him hot with that one.
Oh yeah. Man.
In that case, it was like, how dare you talk about my daddy like that?
Oh yeah, man. But let's move it on. So the AEW Tag Team Tournament got announced over the weekend on Friday night. So I don't know if like people thought this tournament was going to be more serious than I thought it was going to be. Like, I didn't think it was going to be some super tournament or anything like that.
You did?
Because quite frankly, like, they don't really have that many teams running around right now. A lot of people have booking that is tied up elsewhere. And I think, you know, you look at the thing on it and you're like, where's the BCC?
Right. Where's Claudio and Moxley? And I was also, me, I saw the tweet from Pentagon saying that Phoenix was healthy. So my thing was like, where the fuck are the Lucha Bros? Like, just stop playing with me.
Floyd and Sam started a side podcast project. Are they gonna
continue? Do we know?
They're gonna continue doing it, right?
Shout out to them sticking through it, because look, if that had been me and you.
Yeah, we would have wrapped it up.
We would have came back and gave you like a 5-minute thing explaining why we done, bro.
But BCC, like BC not in it. So like, right. All right, you know, we know John Moxley is challenging Tetsuya Naito. Don't get worked by the New Japan Cup and whatever the fuck is happening. Whoever is winning that shit is losing. And, you know, they're doing Moxley and Naito. And obviously that would make Moxley unavailable if he's the IWGP champion. And look, I'm here to tell you right now, that's just not, look, it's absolutely within reason.
Okay. Yes, it is.
Trust me.
Yes, it is within reason. And one thing I would like to point out is, Rich, do you see the Final Four for the New Japan Cup?
I saw the final two.
Okay, so Goto, who replacing Finlay, beat Sonata, which means, you know, it means Dave Finlay was gonna make it to the Final Four. Tsuji's in there. Trying to think of Evil's in there.
Evil.
Yeah, who's the fourth person I'm missing?
That was it. It was Sonata, Goto, Evil, Tsuji.
Yeah.
And then are you spoiled after that or no?
I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's Goto versus Tsuji in the final.
Okay, that's good.
So you know, it's time. Hiroki Goto, you know, strap him up. Let's go.
Interesting.
8 times the charm, you know.
Oh, I'm looking at Sam in the chat. Sam said, "I got worked." You certainly did.
Yes,
you got worked like a speed bag.
But that as far as the tag tournament goes, I think it is now it's such an oddly timed tournament too, because I look at it on paper and you're like, oh, it's just FTR versus the Young Bucks, but it doesn't feel like we needed an FTR Young Bucks match right now.
It doesn't feel like we need this type of tournament just to get to it, because they're already whoever wins is the first 3-time champion.
Right. And I feel like a FTR Young Bucks match can have a better build than just a tournament final. I feel like something's going on where I don't think FTR is going to make the final. I think the Young Bucks are still winning this thing, but I don't think they're going to face FTR. Floyd actually laid out a beautiful scenario, like to kind of do the whole thing. That'll be your incentive to go check that show out.
Okay, good tease.
To check it out. But you know, I looked at all the people. We got Young Bucks and Private Party. Of course, you know, a throwback to the original tag tournament. There's the Undisputed Kingdom taking on the Best Friends. Yep. I believe in the first round.
Which, you know, for people that love stories, that has a story.
Yeah, and then the other side is Big Bill and Ricky Starks taking on Top Flight.
Yep, Top Flight.
And then we've got FTR versus the Infantry, who pulled an upset on House of Black with the help of Mark Briscoe. Yeah. And, you know, Malachi Black not in the match. I see you don't want to listen to me, huh? But, you know, they did a segment with the Infantry and Top Flight, or excuse me, Infantry and FTR. They got Top Flight there. They got Ricky Starks and Big Bill. To me, they're a makeshift team. Like, you could do a Top Flight run to the finals, I think, and just make them fall short in the end, in the short, like, and then also, you know, you can have a reason FTR loses to I don't know who at that point. Like, if you get them out the first round, then they could lose the Top Flight. Floyd laid out a great scenario to do it.
Did he Young Bucks screw them in that scenario?
Floyd explained it pretty well.
Okay.
But it was like, all right, you know, you accomplish a couple things there with, you know, short term, long term, and then whoever else. Because I think the belts need to go on the Young Bucks. Like, they're by far the hottest act in the tag division, and let them Bob Holly this shit for a little bit.
Hey, Rich, they've always been.
That's true. Let them Bob Holly this shit, because honestly, after that Revolution main event, it was like, bro, do y'all realize what we were watching? Like, the level of all-timers these guys are. Like, they've been away from these belts for so long, and it's been the weakest period of the belts in the history of the promotion. This is no coincidence.
Like once FTR, or not FTR, but once like the Gun Club got the belts, like, you know, went from the Acclaim to them, like it just is, the division's been totally different, and the tag scene has been different. Like, you can say what you want to about like people are getting tired of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, but they were out here on having great matches left and right,
going nuts.
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
Yeah,
the Guns were not,
because the Guns aren't.
The Acclaim were not.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the Acclaim had their run with Swerve in Our Glory, but that was it. Like, you know, but.
Yeah, but after they got them belts, like, they couldn't really.
Yeah, because they were in there with Swerve in Our Glory.
Yeah. But when I look at this tournament, I think it's, you know, I don't think they set up, you know, like obviously they have a couple different styles. Like they have the C2, right, which is probably their gold standard of tournaments. They've got the trios tournament.
They've only done like the first trios tournament, the Continental Classic, and the first tag team tournament in like a couple of the eliminators.
Have been good. Yeah. Like, and then about half of the tournaments, the other half are just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is clearly
like the Owen is never good.
Like, I don't know, like when you're putting out a tournament, right? Because obviously they still have to have all these matches. They could do whatever, and you know, we'll come back on here and be, oh yeah, they did whatever. But when you drop a tournament bracket, you gotta have something where it's like it jumps off the page and gets you excited. I didn't get that with this tournament.
Right.
So it was like, oh, I just see a FTR Young Bucks match, and I just see a couple of matches set to happen to get us there that aren't necessarily possibly important. There's no like kind of cool matches that are like, oh, we wouldn't normally see this. It's like, oh, we're gonna see Young Bucks and Best Friends possibly in the semifinals. Like, all right, we're gonna see FTR versus the Infantry from ROH. No shots at the Infantry. They're gonna get an opportunity or whatever. Yeah, but it's
they're just only, you know, on like at the time they were on like darks, especially Sean.
Yeah. Zach Mike says, do they need more tag teams? No, they just need to book them.
They just haven't.
They have them.
Right?
They didn't use them. Like you could have paired up a couple of like goofy tag teams. You could have paired up some people from CMLL that you're using right now. You could have called New Japan for somebody. Like all they have going on is the tournament. Like, get like fucking, you know, somebody over here. Get a junior, get Kes Tutu over here and be like, yeah, we'll let them win 2 matches in this shit or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like there was just a lot of cool things they could have done, which they were like, we're just gonna keep it where it's at right now. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah. You know, like Mark Davis eventually be healthy, and then they'll run out.
Another one. Aussie Open would have been a help for this.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the injuries, the Mox things you mentioned with as far as what may be going on with him. Which, you know, for me is like, well, just have Claudio take a pin. Claudio take a pin. And then, you know, I watched the match, and then, you know, I find out about Collision on Saturday. Like, apparently not. So, yeah, I mean, the division's there. They just haven't, like, showcased it much because right now they're focused on, like, Swerve's march towards the title. And then Okada and Hangman, Okada and Will Ospreay and now Mercedes, like they have things that are like important things to put on TV almost every other week in that kind of way. So like their priorities is like Tag Team Wrestling has to fall to the back or to the wayside for now. But when AEW at the start was like the tag team division was awesome. Every week you get a banger, and it kind of has been de-emphasized in the last year, 15 months, something like that. So I just kind of want to get back to the roots, you know. I want to go back to the old way.
Yeah.
The old way.
But yeah, like when I look at the bracket, I'm just like, oh, this is uninspiring. Like I don't feel like Top Flight's fired on all cylinders since they've been back, aside from maybe once in a trios with Andretti, and like, you know, Vikingo was on the other side of that shit. So like, of course they had to go crazy. And then like Private Party, I don't think they've been anything special since they've been back. So and they're heels now. So like they're facing the Young Bucks round 1. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. I'm not seeing it, but we'll see what they do. But as far as like who's gonna win, I'll still take the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I think I would too. It just makes, given what was going on with Okada, it seemed like he's going to be the, is it Continental Champion? What is the...
You got it.
Yeah, the Continental Champion, like, it makes sense to have all three of them with belts and, doing the posing and doing what they're doing as far as the EVP gimmick trio. So, like, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense for them right now to be presented in that way where all three have belts. So, yeah, I think that's the move. The thing for me is, like, unless it's like Starks and Big Bill or FTR, I don't really see, a title match pay-per-view, a title match pay-per-view for the tag titles like that feels that thing was like, that's a marquee match, if you will. Like, if Infantry, if it's, as you mentioned, like, if it's Top Flight, yeah, the match will blow doors, but like, they don't have they don't have that kind of momentum behind them saying for the Infantry. So I think you kind of have to go with either FTR or Big Bill and Starks. And, we do Big Bill and Starks, you'd be like, all right, well, this is where we, over time they proved themselves as a really good tag team, even though they're makeshift, like, but you can give them one last hurrah, get some respect or whatever else, and they can move on to kind of get back to what they were doing, or they can, fuel FTR more.
Yeah. And that rematch is staring us in the face.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We put you over real strong last time, brother. You think you can return the favor?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so Nith Gang, he's they're in the chat saying like, go to Micah, hold on to the top titles and Bushiroad properties. What a wild scene. Like, yeah, that's a very wild scene. Isn't like at the same time?
Same shit.
At the same shit. Time, I don't know.
Go to Micah. Next time they do historic, that's what we on top now.
Yeah. That would be funny. It will be funny because like Micah's title match on Wednesday is versus Utami. And, everyone thinking like, hey, you gonna lay it down for Big Mike and a title match for once, and on your way out potentially you're gonna see.
So the next topic, I want to talk about The Rock. So there was a report that came out that was saying something to the effect of like people backstage in WWE are being rubbed the wrong way because The Rock is able to curse in his promos and how he's conducting himself kind of on social media with some of the antics and kind of like going outside of their code of conduct, so to say. Like he's playing by some different rules, and he's getting heat for it. And there's been reporting about him going over on his time, which Brian Gewirtz has like come out and disagreed with.
He said, well, this week he went under by 30 seconds. Yay, congratulations.
Yeah, so like, when I see this, I'm of two schools of thought. It's like, all right, should The Rock like be able to do, different things than the roster? Should you give everyone the same tools to get over? Yeah, you probably should, because maybe you'll get some more stars, right? But at the same time, like, The Rock is y'all niggas' boss. He does what he wants now. He is literally the head nigga in charge, literally. So I don't care about how y'all men feel. I don't like I don't care. Like you think we need to give Seth Rollins more freedom? I don't. I think he's demonstrated he is not capable of such things.
Get that boy enough rope, he liable to hang himself.
Yeah,
yep.
The only person I want doing extra work is Drew McIntyre right now. That's it.
Yeah.
But I see The Rock, like, look, Rock is doing shit that, like, he's taking the Mojo Rawley route. He's like, all right, I'm gonna just turn my phone on and talk. I'm not watching all those long ass monologues where he's repeating himself like Mike Jones, but some people loving him. And
they're awesome.
Look at the back. Look at James back. This nigga Rock is wearing a cowboy hat in front of the rodeo or some shit.
Yes.
So it's like, I don't know, man. Like I think there's shit going on. I feel like I feel like this is the most underreported thing in wrestling right now is The Rock's dynamic in the WWE locker room right now. Before The Rock showed up, all we had was just like WWE is just as good as it's ever been. It's the new WWE. We're not looking back. We're doing this is their time now and all this shit. And then when The Rock came in, they did, you know, the fans acted up so much, The Rock turned heel. He was like, all right, I'll turn, whatever. And then they pretty much, you know, re-ripped the whole thing on the fly. And what it's done is obviously show The Rock has a level that he can go to that other people can't, just like whether they can get there on their own or they're handicapped. They can't get there, right? But it's like, all right, y'all, like this whole era that y'all built, like that shit was fugazi. It was like when it came to it, like, you know, The Rock came in. Like, how does the roster feel about this shit? For one, can I tell you? I was gonna say, how did the people like in power, like your Triple H's, like how are they feeling about all this? What are the dynamics at play here? I want to know the dirt. Because everybody can't be all smiling and giggling. That's why we getting this reporting.
Yeah. Look, you want me to tell you how they feel?
Sure.
You already know. It doesn't matter how they feel, baby. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's The Rock. Look, a different Rock, but it's The Rock.
Yeah.
Look, man. Rich, if you get a chance, can you look in the chat and look at the Zach, the link he put in for that is a new Seth Rollins shirt, and so you can see. I want to see your reaction so you can see it, and I also want you to put it on the screen so people can see it. They haven't clicked on the link.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's bad, bro. It's bad.
Big pop.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Big Pop. There's only one Big Pop. For one.
Oh.
Actually, there's two. There's the Notorious B.I.G. and there's David Ortiz.
Oh my goodness.
I don't recognize this shit here.
Bro.
Can it get any cornier?
No.
Seth Rollins, The Rock is lighting him on fire every time I pretty much hear about this shit. Is like,
yes.
I see people writing shit like The Rock has eviscerated Seth Rollins again. So this is like multiple times.
Yes.
This is the most uncool motherfucker to ever be pushed at the top of the card ever. Like I
wouldn't go that far. I mean, you know, think of some of the main eventers over the last in our lifetimes in WWE.
Okay, JBL. This guy's pretty bad.
I mean, at this point, I'm not denying that, but I'd much rather hang out with Seth Rollins than The Undertaker. Undertaker, my second favorite of all time. I'm not hanging out with him outside of watching him wrestle in WrestleManias. If you catch my drift. So, yeah, man.
Wow, what a dork. Big pop shirt.
Yeah. Like,
putting,
you know
insider phrases.
Like that
is insider phrase on t-shirts now, man.
Rich, that is a Young Buck shirt that is being made, that is being put in Gap. That's what's going on. Like, or Old Navy, or whatever it's like, or Target. That's better on Target because, you know, the most deaf right now. Like, that's
why don't we just send him home and he can support Becky from the home, you know, and be a full-time father, you know?
I mean, I guess it's too big of a check to turn down, I guess. Maybe Becky's like, hey, you gotta earn your keep. I had to give birth. I had to do all the other stuff with it or whatever else. I had to come back and get myself in ridiculous shape after having to give birth to this child. I'll be damned if your ass ain't working. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Go home, clean the bathroom, take the trash out, you know, mop the floors, do the laundry. Seth, you don't have to keep doing this to us. You don't have to keep doing this to yourself. You can take it home, you know, disappear for a little bit, out of sight, out of mind. You won't have to worry about releasing no terrible merch. You can keep them ugly clothes like in the closet. You can just wear shirts and shorts all day. Give it some consideration, Seth.
You know, well, we'll see after WrestleMania how that goes. Because I see people saying like, who's gonna lose the tag match? I'm like, Seth, the fuck you think? You think Ross gonna get pinned? No. You think Roman's gonna get pinned the night before the Wrestle match with Cody? No. You think Cody's gonna get pinned the night before the match with Roman? No. Seth is screaming. That's a pin eater right there. See, I don't know. Maybe like, y'all don't have figured out how this all works. But like when they do this kind of stuff, right? That if you watch New Japan, you watch AEW, that screams pin eater. Like, bro, who looks like more of a pin eater right now? The trios of the best friends when it's Orange Cassidy and Trent and Chucky, and it's like Trent's getting pinned. He's getting pinned. It is like, or it's Cody and Seth. Seth's getting pinned.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if Seth didn't get pinned here. If they had Rock go over Cody,
tapped out, submitted.
No, they could have Rock.
Sharpshooter.
It would have Rock pin Cody.
Ooh, that's nasty. And then give Cody the belt the next night.
And you got an opponent set up for down the road. Cody already lost to Drew McIntyre earlier this month, so that's a flashing alarm. Cody's winning it this year, by the way. I feel like there are a couple flashing alarms going off. The only thing that can stop this is if they do that meeting right before they go out and they pull Heyman, Roman,
here you go,
The Rock, Triple H, and they pull Cody in the room and say, Cody, we're going to need you to do the favor for Roman here in the last minute, because somebody at the last minute, whether it was The Rock or Heyman, says, I can't believe we're going to do Roman Reigns and The Rock without the belt on the line. Like, that's all it's going to take is that one line. And then Cody is up in smoke like the Dr. Dre tour once again.
Look, man.
I can't believe we're going to do this without the title on the line. And then someone's like, huh? That is stupid. And ain't no story finishing.
Look, man. If that happens, I think we just do a 1 hour show on Cody just being embarrassed more than any like main event top babyface has ever been embarrassed in WWE history. But that remains to be seen. We'll do that for an hour. We won't even talk about the rest of WrestleMania. It'll just be a whole hour of us laughing at Cody and move on. And we can clip the whole hour or whatever else. We can treat it like when Okada breaking news announced that he was going to AEW. But yeah, man, like, as far as The Rock and the cussing thing, like, this is how I feel about it. I remember, I think it was Jimmy Johnson, Cowboys head coach for the 92, 90, 93, and 95 Super Bowl champions. He had a saying as far as how he treated, people at different levels and, on his roster. I'm not going to treat you all the same, but I'm going to treat you fair. And when it comes to The Rock, he's going to have leeway that other people ain't got, right? So I'm sorry, Maxine Dupree. You're not going to be able to cuss and do whatever you want to. The Rock can, because The Rock don't need us. The Rock can leave if he wants to. And The Rock don't got to be on TV. He gonna get paid regardless, as he's on the board. So for me, like, if it was gratuitous, if it was out of bounds, or out of code for, or out of character for The Rock, if this was like, I would be like, okay, he's doing way too much. But this ain't no different when he was airing.
He is doing stuff where he's talking about, his Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, a girlfriend and boy, or that's his girlfriend, and just standard shit like that.
Yeah. So you killed my joke. So I'm just gonna move on. I had a punch.
My bad.
You fucking stepped on it. Like, if someone goes back to watch it, you can see me just deflate as you interrupt me. I was like, oh fuck, he killed it. Whatever, you move on. But I was gonna say it ain't no different from when Rock was out here lighting Tyrese on fire on the set of a movie for about that the back and forth between Fast and Furious and the Hobbs and Shaw spinoff. Anyway, yeah, man, if it works, it works, and it's getting over like gangbusters. People that have watched it can sit through it or put it on 3 times speed like me and watch it, thoroughly enjoy it. Like Rock is, the hour, it's done is done great, quarter hours when he showed up. Attendance is going up when he shows up. Sorry, folks gonna have to eat it. If he, you'd be like, hey man, I don't think we should be giving him this many carries. We got a bunch of, or we should give this person this kind of treatment or whatever else. Like, bro, he's running for 200 yards every game. Shut the fuck up. You want to win or not? And I know this isn't like a sports team where it's like, the goal is to win and they're actually keeping score, this kind of thing. But it's like, he's doing well. More eyes are on the product. It's the hottest thing easily that's going on and stuff he's doing right now. And that ain't like, it's some dead period because Drew McIntyre is doing great work right now. Cody's hot as fish grease too. So it's like, yeah, man, y'all gonna have to accept it. Like, learn to live with it because it's, it's the best thing going. Sorry. If it was going bad, I'd be like, okay, I get you. But no, it's going well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they have to find a way to not lose the roster. Like, obviously, it's WWE. They're only going to add up so much.
I don't know how they lose a roster when it's like, okay, so how is this any different than when Brock Lesnar was around? Oh, it's not? It's the exact same fucking thing and Brock Lesnar was around and never killed morale for a decade? Oh, this is just complaining because there's a new guy. This is the new devil you don't know? Okay. It's the same outlet. It's the same thing. Like, Lesnar's allowed to do elbow people in the fucking head to get blood in his matches. You weren't allowed to get blood in your matches. It's the same double standard. Y'all are okay saying, okay,
and they thought that was gone. They thought that was gone under Triple H. But
okay.
Look, if there's anything I think that we've said on this show.
Hold on, real quick. Vince was in and out. Like, he was in prison, which he should be in behind bars anyway, but like, he was in and out in the last, year and change has been Triple H, right?
Supposedly, yeah.
Brock was on them shows. So now what?
I think the deal was like, they thought it was a new WWE, but much like we've said, the new WWE is the old WWE.
but even if this was, I'm disappointed because I thought Triple H would not do double standard stuff, whatever. But it's like, do y'all have any self-awareness to realize what the fuck is going on and what we're talking about here? You know what I'm saying? This is like the shit where it's like, yeah, man, like, it's crazy. Like, I gotta show up to team means I'll be here 5 minutes early. Meanwhile, like, Lawrence Taylor can go out there and he can show up a half hour later, not show up at practice at all, and it's okay, he can still play. Yeah, because it's Lawrence fucking Taylor. He's gonna get 3 sacks in the game and maybe break the fucking quarterback's leg. Who gives a shit what your feelings are? You want to win? It's weird, bro. It's weird. Like, people have self-awareness, understanding, like, if the better you are at what you do at work or whatever else, you get more leeway. That's how life works. Sorry.
I just want to commend you for getting through an entire Lawrence Taylor bit, especially comparing it to The Rock and not bringing up crack.
Why do you think it was late? I mean, I thought it kind of went what I was saying, but yeah.
Right? Why don't you go smoke some crack? The way he fucking said that shit.
Yeah. Bro, Rock great, bro. Rock, like, look, I'm under no illusions. When that bell ring, oh boy, it's gonna stink. It's gonna
this nigga's working a tag match for a reason.
Even so, bro, it's gonna stink. It's gonna permeate the room. All right, it's gonna be bad. Right. So, but whatever. You'd be like, hey,
what is the riskiest move The Rock is gonna do?
Almighty Straw Cradle.
I mean, we already know that one. What else is he gonna add to the move set?
Oh, you want to see it? You want to see the Yoshi Tonic from The Rock? You want to see High Speed Rock? How about this? What if Rock come out and give you a top rope flying crossbody? Would you be shocked? Because I would.
At this age, I mean, he's always done those, but at this age,
when's the last time you seen Rock do that? I don't remember Rock doing that against Cena, did he? No, they did because he did flip over.
Yeah, he did the roll through.
You're right.
Yeah.
But remember, Rock tore some shit real quick in that match when he did that.
What The Rock gonna do? Any apron to the floor moves?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ain't no way.
The Rock Driver 91.
The Rock Driver 91. Look, man, I don't know, but look, just be prepared for it to be bad. I'm expecting to be bad. I'm expecting to be bad, and if it just outkicks my expectations, I'll be happy. But I'm just enjoying what The Rock is doing on
Tiger
TV
suplex
right
to the floor. Masawa Kobashi 2003 style. Rock gonna do a Super Cross Wrath.
I don't think they got that kind of ramp in WWE. I don't think they got the horizontal ramp, but yeah.
Give me a Rock Spanish Fly. Oh man.
No. Rock gonna do the Terry Funk power driver on the top of the table.
Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know what The Rock might do, man. Yeah, like, would a Rock can a Rock give us a V trigger? The Rock trigger?
I'm trying to imagine what a Rock V trigger will look like. Not that he can't do it, but the fact was like, why would he do that? Like, if we're gonna see anybody start doing V triggers in WWE, it's gonna be Logan Paul. So
Yeah. The Rock super kick,
Oh my God.
He just called us a Vot kicks, and he's Samoan. They called us a Vot kick.
Look, it'd be like, yeah, I've been hanging around the Usos, so I have to get what he's on.
Oh man. Yeah, man. So we've delayed it actually, and I think we picked a great week to actually do it. The WWE 2K24 ratings segment.
Oh boy.
So we normally do this every year. If you guys have listened to O&R for any particular point in time, usually when the video game comes out, I'll gather up the ratings, then we'll look at them and try to find patterns, and we kind of see how WWE ranks these people, and kind of like talk about, all right, would this make sense in any other kind of video game? Is this too high? Is this too low? I actually found a list this year, James, that has them in order.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. So this roster goes 189 people deep.
We are not doing that.
But I will pick out, there are some really atrocious, awful ratings for some rather big name people.
Are you going to send me the link so I can look at it, or
I will send you the link. I will actually drop the link in the chat.
Okay.
If you guys want to follow along with it, or we will go from, I guess, top to, I don't know, maybe in the 80s or whatever. And a lot of these are repeats, so it won't, go that far. But some of this stuff is, pretty interesting. You look at it and it's like, hold on, what are they doing? Of course, last year they had all those 88s. Let me see this year who they got in those 88s. They only have a couple this year, but last year it was like literally like 15 people, and it was like, all right, man, y'all want to y'all giving goofy ratings out. But I guess we can start right at the top. Number one, highest rated character in the game, 97 overall, Roman Reigns.
Fine, I always have this issue where it's a video game.
Last year he was a 99.
That's my thing, right? Like,
so he's gotten worse.
Apparently. I mean, that would fit with the matches, but like that makes no sense in kayfabe. Like, if he was 99 last year, why is he not 99 this year? What is going on, right? So, he should be 99. Whatever.
So yeah, he should be higher. The Rock in 2001 is a 96 overall, as well as Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2001, also 96 overall. The Undertaker in 2009, also 96 overall. So Roman Reigns better than all those people.
Yoking.
I don't know about putting Austin behind anybody.
I mean,
or Rock in 01.
Rich,
sorry.
Like they got 90. They got Hulk Hogan in 94.
That's interesting.
Like since when has WWE lore in history like ever put Austin and Rock and the Undertaker above Hulk Hogan?
I think that's quite a change.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, aren't people upset? Isn't Hulk Hogan such a big deal that people are upset that like Roman Reigns is challenging Hulk Hogan's record? They ain't even his fucking record because he's third place actually.
Yeah, 94 for Hogan feels low.
Like Bret Hart in some of these games in previous editions have been 94.
Has been disrespected.
Like what is he now? Is it 90 or some shit? Some stupid shit like that?
Brett's a 93.
Okay.
So yes,
that's actually a decent rating for him. I would have gone 90. I would go 95 or whatever for Brett, but whatever.
I would go 95 for Brett. I think Brett's too low. Get back to the Rock. Current day Rock, 94 overall. John Cena, 94.
I mean,
I think you could bump Cena up a little bit.
Look, is this John Cena historically John Cena or John Cena right now?
They've got two John Cenas listed here, and it looks like, the legend version of John Cena.
So I'm guessing the way to differentiate is like one has the full hair, the other one has the bald spot. Is that how we gonna do this?
Sure.
Okay, bald spot John Cena.
Low.
He got to be somewhere in like the high 80s.
Yeah.
All that man do is lose. He show up. He buried a motherfucker underneath the damn mantle of the earth, and then loses to them, and then leaves, and then like people still remember how he buried that person. They ain't worthy.
How many fucking Undertakers do they have? So they have two more Undertakers here.
What years?
Actually, they have three. Oh, God damn! All right, 2014 Undertaker, landing strip airplane Undertaker, 94 overall. 1998 Ministry of Darkness Undertaker.
I thought Ministry of Darkness Undertaker was 99.
Nah, he's 93. And then 2003 Big Evil Undertaker is 92.
Shit. Fuck out of here. Well, I know that's one that you gonna play with if you ever play with an Undertaker character.
Nah. I would rather go with 09 Undertaker or like the 1996 Undertaker.
I thought you would go with that because like you like the rolling in the motorcycle, all that shit. But okay.
Nah, I like the Undertaker with Roland as a good guy. When he's doing Big Evil and he cuts his hair, he's switching music and shit. He wasn't using Roland.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, I was watching in that era, so Thanks, Triple H.
I'll take Roland. All day.
Speaking of that,
clear that for the game.
Speaking of that, we've gone pretty far for not see banana boat nose on here yet. Where is Triple H? Where is Triple H?
Seth freaking Rollins, 93, same as Bret Hart.
Nope.
Tragic.
Nope.
Should be lower. Cody Rhodes, 93.
Why in the world would Seth Rollins be in the same rating as Cody Rhodes?
Why? I have nothing for you on that.
Okay, thank you.
Ever since Cody Rhodes has come to this promotion, I think he's done nothing but like embarrasses this supposed work rate man, Seth Rollins. Embarrass him as a star.
He has beaten this man so thoroughly that man said, "I will now team with you." What?
Yeah. It's bad for him, bro. Shawn Michaels, 2009, 93 overall. Absolutely not. That needs to be higher.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the number? 93?
Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels both 93.
Yeah. Okay.
They couldn't. Separate them.
I'm sorry. Like what? Look. I don't. Outside of stuff involving Shield, what is Seth's best like program thing that he's done on the main roster in WWE?
Long pause.
Thinking. Well, why you consider that? Like just
John Cena.
2015. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I would like to counter that with like any of the Undertaker stuff Shawn Michaels did, the Kurt Angle stuff, the retirement of Ric Flair,
Chris Jericho,
the Triple H stuff, the Chris Jericho stuff, right? Like the Razor Ramon stuff, the Bret Hart stuff. Like what are we doing? What are we saying?
This is bad, man.
like Seth Rollins being 93 and then Brett and Shawn being 93, like I've said, understand these are the heroes of my era and whatever else. And I know we're done with the 90s, but I'm sorry. I'll take Owen and Brett versus anything Seth's done. Sorry.
Ultimate Warrior 92 feels proper.
Is that too low?
If Josh Smith was on this show, he would say yes. Ultimate Warrior should be 99, but
I mean,
I'm not going there.
I'm not going there either. But once you put Seth at 93,
yeah, I think that Seth Rollins at 93 is fucking tragic.
Once you put 2023, 2024 Seth Rollins at 93, we got to start saying, all right. I
think that's the worst rating.
You know how we do.
Let's save that in the chat. Seth Rollins 93 and see how long it takes till we get to a worse rating.
Like, you know how people talk about, like, you know, like the worst thing to do was put Roger Maris on the Hall of Fame because everyone because anytime someone does make the Hall of Fame, be like, wait, he's worse than that person is not as good as Roger Maris. Is like he's Roger Maris of this 90s right now, of this 90 ranking in the men's
Hollywood Hulk Hogan 92.
I mean, the matches were shit, so whatever.
The match was fucking awful.
Yeah, atrocious.
Superstar Billy Graham 92. TV was better. Superstar Billy Graham 92.
Can't speak on it. Wasn't there.
We done with the 70s. The Fiend Bray Wyatt.
All right,
92.
The Fiend Bray Wyatt being 92.
James, they put Seth Rollins at 93 and The Fiend at 92. These two supposed 93 and 92 people combined for the worst pro wrestling match I've ever seen.
Rich, that was almost 5 years ago. And this is 2023 to 24 in this evaluation period. I'm with you, but we got to focus on right now. And the right now is Bray Wyatt has recently left this physical realm, and people are sad, and they are going to give him whatever rating they're going to give him, and I'm fine with it. If they gave him 99, I would not have cared because whatever. I ain't going to speak on it. All I'm going to say is you can go to the Social Suplex Podcast Network YouTube channel, and you can type in Bray Wyatt, and you can see what we've had to say about Bray Wyatt / The Fiend over the years or whatever else. There's one in particular more recent in the last few months, and I'm going to leave it at that. But he's no longer with us, and he got that rating. I ain't got no opinion on it. What do you got? What you got on it? What you got on it?
You know, do I think The Fiend had as much of an impact on wrestling as Hollywood Hulk Hogan or Ultimate Warrior? I do not.
In kayfabe?
Yeah.
I mean, where's Goldberg on here then?
Haven't got to him yet.
I mean, Goldberg kind of got Fiend the fuck out of here real quick.
Fucked him up.
Yeah.
Bruno Sammartino 91 overall. The Fiend is more important than Bruno. Seth Rollins is more important than Bruno. We done with the 60s. I know. It was long ago. But no, I reject the deposit. Andre the Giant 91. The Fiend better than Andre the Giant, huh? Seth Rollins better than Andre the Giant, huh?
Look, I ain't watching none of them Andre the Giant matches. Them shits were fucking awful. Like, obviously Seth's a way better worker than him and all that. But as far as, what do you call it? Captivating people because of the era and he was in, compared to his era, Seth ain't Andre in his era because of reasons. Like, if Andre showed up now, like, he'd probably be like an 82. People wouldn't give a flying fuck. But whatever. His era is his era and it worked. So, yeah.
Randy Orton, 91.
I don't know how Randy Orton historically is at 91 and Seth is, you know.
These are current day.
Okay.
Randy Orton's got multiple people.
But Orton was hurt for 2 years. He just came back.
Yeah, Orton's maintained this 91 rating. I don't know how. Like, at this point in his career, I think they should have dumped him down a little bit, but
you think so?
They're never going to.
You think they should have dumped him down as opposed to just keep him in like the mid-90s where he historically has been in WWE video games?
If it's like a current version
of him, they're going
to
push him again at some point this year.
Yeah, they're going to try it. Triple H, 91.
What? Rich? 25 years ago, someone would have been fired over this.
Triple H.
I'm sorry, I take it back. Not 25
15 years ago.
No, I'm sorry. My bad. 7 years ago, someone got fired over this.
Yo, Triple H WWE once issued an edict that Triple H was not allowed to look weak in the advertising of the video game. 91 for Triple H? This had to be some type of oversight here. I think there was a fuck up. You tell me that Seth Rollins is above Triple H?
Hey, bro. Hey. This is Vince's vengeance. When Vince came back and said, "Oh, we got something for you, Mr. Triple H," he tried to throw me out. I'm back. He didn't realize he was going to be back for so long. He said, "I'm gonna fuck this man over in this video game." Yep.
Dusty Rhodes, 91.
That's interesting. I think that might be a bit too high for him in kayfabe of WWE at the time he was in, but you know, whatever.
I think actually the Dusty that's in the game is not polka dot Dusty. It is like NWA Dusty, like Dusty that was there in like the late 70s.
So you should. So if that's the case, I think
it's fair. I think the 91 is fair.
You said 70s, early 70s,
late 70s,
late 70s. He should probably be higher than.
So we got Muhammad Ali, 91 overall. I don't know, man.
So this is based off the Inoki match, and that's it. Have you ever watched that match?
No.
Same.
Fuck no. Never. We done with the 70s. We done with that shit.
Yeah, man.
Muhammad Ali. I don't know, man. I'm still taking him over Seth Rollins. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's a better promo, obviously.
We literally see him what Muhammad Ali is doing to Seth Rollins right now with The Rock.
That's funny. Yeah, nah. Like, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. Is Mr. T in the game?
You know, he might be. I'll check.
Has Mr. T ever been in 2K?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
Triple H in 2008, also in 91.
Way higher.
Yeah, I would think that'd be a little bit higher. At least a 94.
Okay, what's this next thing I'm seeing here? What is this shit?
John Cena in the NWO.
In an NWO t-shirt from the Bray Wyatt pandemic WrestleMania match?
They've got all these different shits like as part of the WrestleMania mode. So like you have to replay and you get different versions of them. And I think when you get to WrestleMania 36, I think you do the Firefly Funhouse match. I have not played the WrestleMania mode thus far. Bray Wyatt as just the Mr. Rogers version, 90.
Wait, say again?
Bray Wyatt, the Mr. Rogers version of him,
is
90.
Okay, where's Uncle Howdy? When do we get Uncle Howdy?
He actually is in the game.
You're fucking kidding.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I have not seen Uncle Howdy yet. I have not played. I have not beat up Uncle Howdy because I'm not fucking picking him for sure.
Oh my god!
All right, 90 Yokozuna. Fuck no. Yokozuna trash. I know people like say, "Oh, he's a good big man." You ever watch any of them fucking Yokozuna matches? This is my question to y'all.
You know what a good bro? Go ahead. Sorry.
Y'all watch Yokozuna put them niggas in them nerve holds. Like, was y'all saying this shit was excellent? And them nerve holds took up lots of time.
Yeah.
Lots of time.
Yeah. He was not exactly Vader. No.
Yeah. I wouldn't put Yoko anything higher than 86. At the most.
I think he gets there because of the long title run in kayfabe, but whatever. He should be something in the 90s. I think 90 is fine. Whatever. Move on. Like, it's a bad era.
Eddie Guerrero, 90.
I mean, if Seth is going to be a 93, this is where problems start. Because then you're gonna be like, for me, I'm gonna be like, where's Ray? Where's Eddie? Where's Angle?
Gunther, 90.
Yeah, that's a. This
Yokozuna shit trash, bro.
Yeah. Like I don't recall.
We done with the 90s.
So I don't recall how it has been when like they've had really good Intercontinental champions in past in 2K, but like I feel like the good champions at times would be higher than just 90. Or am I just incorrect on that?
I think that's about right.
About right? Okay. I figure like a 92 rating sounds more appropriate for like a long reigning IC champion.
Look, I would think Gunther can easily be a 92. Easy.
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam, 90.
I don't know. Fine.
Feel a little low for Rob. I think he gave him a 91.
Well,
maybe 92.
They liked him. When they gave him a shot, he fucked it up. Whatever. Right.
Logan Paul, 90. That's right.
All right, fine by me.
Gunther and Logan Paul, same rating.
He should be above Seth.
You know what? I'm with you, my brother. I'm with you. I'll take Logan Paul. 10 years younger.
Not even that. Who does better television? When one person's on, who does? Because you look at his stuff compared to what Seth is out here doing. He on his knees in the mat in front of McIntyre, want to look up his I almost said skirt, his kilt. It's like, nah, man, it's ridiculous. What are you doing?
If I was putting together, a WrestleMania and I was WWE and I was after mainstream attention, I would sub Seth Rollins out for Logan Paul. Like, Logan Paul, you gonna help Cody in. You gonna be in there with him. You already wrestled Roman once. You bring that back up. That's what I do.
Nasty.
Now, prepare to fall out your seat. 90 overall. Main event. Jey Uso.
Okay, what really makes you say this because I'm looking at a person that's below him, and that's absolutely fucking absurd. Especially next two people after him.
I know.
So for those that don't know, obviously may or may not have clicked on the list. The grouping is all 90s. Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, 2015 Randy Orton, and 2015 Roman Reigns. Now, we were around in 2015 watching these shows every single week, and we are following Jey Uso right now. There is no chance that someone will be pushed and presented like 2015 Roman Reigns or Randy Orton today and would be having a match that will be, I don't know, third from the top on night one of WrestleMania, like Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Not a chance. This is awful. This is awful rating. Jey Uso is way too fucking high.
Awful rating. All right.
And now, when we lived in it, right? The thing about this rating thing is, right? How about we just go back to 2K16 and see Roman Reigns and Randy Orton were rated? I guarantee they weren't both rated 90. They were rated like 95 or some shit back then. Yeah. So what are we doing?
Yeah. That's one thing I've also never understood in the games. I'll be like, hey, man, I'll pull up the old 2K. Especially it started happening with Jordan. Like, they started randomly making Jordan like 98 overall. And it's like, no, that was never the case. Right. What are we doing?
Right.
89. So get ready. There's a lot here. I'm gonna just reel these off because I think the 89 is this year's 88. All right. So for the 89s, we have JBL, Macho Man Randy Savage, way too low. Batista, Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, 2002 Hulk Hogan, 2015 Seth Rollins, 2020 John Cena, Shawn Michaels in 2005, Stone Cold Steve Austin in 1997, John Cena at WrestleMania 30. Where to begin? One,
Well,
Macho
real
Man,
quick.
way too fucking low.
Yeah, way too low. He is historically someone that has like similar to Bret Hart, except worse, where it's like this person, maybe not Mount Rushmore in WWE history, but is definitely definitely is in the pantheon somewhere on Mount Olympus with the other gods, right? Like he's somewhere in that Kevin Durant range. Like he may not be one of the 5 greatest basketball players of all time, but like you can't tell me he's not one of the 15. And that's where we are in WWE history with Randy Savage. And he's routinely, for whatever reason, I'm not going to get into it in speculation around that shit because none of it's ever been substantiated, whatever. I'm moving on. Like, it makes no sense for him to be rated this low.
None.
It
was an embarrassment, quite frankly.
It's like a misjustice to your own history when you love to tout it. Like, before Macho Man Randy Savage died, like, you could have made the argument that he is someone that could have been a candidate for Mount Rushmore, and that includes like having to choose between like Hogan and Austin and Rock and Bruno Sammartino. Like he's somewhere is like you have to put him on honorable mention for the list, and like quite frankly, he's in front of Shining Brett. So this is stupid and silly, and in front of Undertaker too. Like this really stupid and silly, and when I say those 3, I especially mean also Triple H. So what the fuck are we doing?
Seth Rollins in 2015 should be bet higher than Seth Rollins' current day.
Yes, absolutely. I don't get the John Cena 2020 at WrestleMania 30 scene at WrestleMania 30 2014. Yeah. What the fuck is that? Whatever.
I don't know what that is. Yeah. Austin in 1997, I think, should be like a little higher.
Yeah, maybe like a 91, something like that, maybe.
Drew McIntyre, I think, should be a 91, easy.
Well, you got to remember he got hot after the date for this thing to be made, so I see why he's where he is.
Kurt Angle 89, the guy that's been turned into a cause over this weekend and past couple of weeks. Yeah. 89 overall, could go 90 for Kurt, maybe go 91. Yeah. But Kurt Angle underneath Yokozuna. Fuck no. Right. Like, I don't. That right. Yokozuna rating is. Yokozuna is better than all these people. You tell me Yokozuna is better than the Macho Man. I know. He threw him out the 93 Royal Rumble. I understand. But absolutely not. We're not doing it.
Well, Rich, when you bring that up, it's like, well, maybe we should. Maybe Randy Savage should be where he is because this dumbass thought that I'm going to pin Yokozuna in a fucking over-the-top battle royal. Maybe.
He was crazy.
That is true. He was crazy. Yes,
he was crazy. 88 overall, L.A. Knight.
Oh boy,
this was his big bump. This is like that one year when Jinder Mahal got it, and he went up to 88 overall. This is what it was. Got a tweet from The Rock coming in. Hold on, we're gonna pull that up.
Uh-oh.
He sure did. Shut the fuck up, you goof. Cody cooked you. Oh, man.
Blue Haven said Meltzer cooked LA Knight recently. Yes, he certainly did. And, I mean, it's not something we haven't heard from a million other people over the last, 2 years.
He did. So, I mean, Rock's here. Why do you need LA Knight? Kevin Nash, 88. Oh, fine.
Look, he shouldn't be below Yokozuna, but that doesn't mean that he should be up there. It means that Yokozuna should be down there.
Yep. Rey Mysterio, 88.
Yeah, whatever. He's always underrated in the game. Always.
Ricky Steamboat, 88.
Okay, so if Ricky Steamboat's in the game, that means that Flair's not in the game because obviously he's in AEW.
Not in the game.
Right. Okay. All right, so I guess Ricky Steamboat is the person that fills in the matches against Dusty Rhodes in this era thing, I guess.
I think the deal is they use him for the WrestleMania 3 match. He's not even they don't even use Dusty. Dusty's like just kind of on his own.
Okay.
Another Bray Wyatt. So Vader 87 should be higher. Vader's way better than fucking Yokozuna.
Yeah, but also you got to remember,
or JBL.
It's Vader in WWE.
Oh, yeah.
So he's in the shit house. He was out of shape. Sean hated him. And also was paranoid as fuck, so he it didn't work out for him.
Scott Hall and Razor Ramon, both 87.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Also,
Diesel 87.
Yeah. Meanwhile, so finally, Kevin Nash. Well, where's Kevin Nash on here again?
Kevin Nash is 88.
Yeah. So Kevin Nash 88, but Diesel's 87. What are they doing? Why can't it just be the same fucking rating?
I don't know. Who do you think was better, Diesel or Kevin Nash?
Kevin Nash.
I'm with, I loved Diesel when I was a kid.
Same.
But I love Kevin Nash too, because with the Wolfpack and stuff like that. I tend to lean towards Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. And the NWO and all that. Finn Balor, 87.
That's interesting. That seems
cool.
appropriate for where he is right now.
That Yokozuna rating is still awful. That one's sticking out.
Yes, it is.
It's sticking out. I think it might have replaced that Seth one. Sami Zayn, 87.
He's about to be Intercontinental champion, isn't he?
Maybe. Old man Shawn Michaels, 87.
Wait, so is this like Saudi Arabia Shawn?
Yes.
Oof. So this is bald Shawn. Okay.
Old man Shawn Michaels.
Bro, how many fucking Bray Wyatts are on this thing?
Bro, there's tons of them, bro. Another Bray Wyatt at 87.
All right.
Umaga, 86.
Yeah.
No, there's some more. There's some more to get to.
We really got to go through more of this shit. All right. 85 is where we cutting off at. All right. 86 is where we're cutting off. We're not going below 80. We're not going 85.
Bro.
We got to move on.
There are ones that are below that are fucking mind-boggling.
Right. But like once we start talking about like Wade Barrett, is like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we continuing this? For who, for what?
Solo Sikoa, 86.
What do you think will be rated next year on the 2K26 edition?
He might go up.
It don't look like it. I don't think so. What's he doing at WrestleMania? Besides, cornering for Roman.
He's in the main event. Headlining.
Stupid.
Just like last year. Headlining.
Wow. Main event Solo Sikoa.
Sheamus, 86. Kevin Owens.
Go ahead, Reggie.
86.
Give him the business.
How fucking dare they put Sheamus at 86? Solo Sikoa, trash.
Right.
Yokozuna, trash.
All right. This seems like there's
LA Knight, trash.
Okay. All right. Gotta throw him off the pattern. Okay. Hold on. What are you trying to
JBL,
say?
trash.
Yeah. Yep. Trash. Yeah.
You got Sheamus sitting way down there. What the fuck? Kevin Owens, 86. Old man Stone Cold Steve Austin, 86. Mankind, 86. That's a real bad one. Real bad one.
Yes, it is. He should be at worst at 90. At worst.
Robertson, DiBiase, both 85s.
Kevin Owens at 86. Sami Zayn at 87. They should be equal in number, but whatever.
AJ Styles, 85.
And I think I'm done because I'm looking at these other 85s and it ain't worth it because 85 is Wade Barrett. Like, what? What are we doing?
We'll just cherry pick a few interesting ones. Bret Hart in 1992 is the same rating as Dom Mysterio. Get fucked.
Rich, 94 Shawn Michaels, 85.
That is sick.
Harley Race is 84.
Sick.
Piper is 84.
Ilya Dragunov and The Miz have the same rating, James. Kofi Kingston, 80 overall. The entire New Day. Big E, 78 overall.
Wow.
The same as Bad Bunny. Former champion. Tyler Bates, 76. Montez Ford, 76. Baron Corbin, 76. Tommaso Ciampa, 76. William Regal, 76.
Where's your boy?
1997 Eddie Guerrero, 76.
What?
What the fuck?
1997 Eddie Guerrero. One of the, two handfuls of best wrestlers in the world at that point in time. Okay, sure. Karrion Kross 75.
Gargano's Johnny Gargano 74. What?
Look,
Rey
man,
Mysterio Jr. in WCW 74.
it's fucking ridiculous.
The same as Mark Coffey, James. The same as, oh my God.
The same as Joe Gacy, Luke Gallows, Andre Chase, Cameron Grimes, Ludwig Kaiser. And keep in mind, like, Grimes and Kaiser are good wrestlers, but you get my point. Axiom's a good wrestler as well, but you get my point. Like, Rey Mysterio Jr. is like one of the most influential wrestlers of our lifetimes.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
Smoking crack rock for
in
these ratings.
96, 97 is some of his most influential years. So, like, what are we doing? Austin Theory,
Dragon
72,
Lee.
yikes.
Let's see.
All right. I can't do this no more. We gotta go.
This is bad, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
This is bad, man.
Our Truth might end up being a tag champion. He's 67 right now. Interesting.
Unreal, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
fuck.
Now where do we go from here?
Anything big business you want to talk about?
I mean, Jay White and Darby having his life saved potentially.
Thank God for Darby Allin's foot breaking. He kept his ass off that mountain. You know, he'd been training all over the world. He's been in China. He's been doing all this other shit, trying to get ready to scale that mountain and all that. And he cut that promo last week, and that shit felt ominous. Well,
and he was talking, and he sounded like he was nervous. Like, yeah, I might actually I might not make it. And I was like, hey, bro, if you feel that way, you might want to reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. Anyway, yeah.
That man uploaded that foot. I've never been so happy to see somebody injured.
Boy, I thought you were going to say I never so happy to see some feet. I was like, hey, you are insane, sir. What are you talking about?
Absolutely not,
what?
sir.
What?
Look, I don't know who's listening to this show. I'm sure we got some feet sickos in the audience somewhere. I just want to let y'all know. Y'all can listen to the show, but don't tell us about that shit.
Hey, man.
We will roast you.
Yeah. I mean, look, just based off percentage, there's bound to be some foot freaks in here. Shout out to y'all. Yeah. Brewhaven said Tunnel Talk is pro feet. I did not know that.
No, he asked a question. He said, "Is Tunnel Talk pro feet?"
You gotta correct
that. Got to correct that before that goes over the airwaves.
You gotta ask them. You gotta ask them.
Leave them a comment.
I ain't asking, so you gotta ask them.
And a rating, so you can request them to watch a match, and then ask them, are they pro feet? And I'm sure they'll tell you.
When you ask them, make sure do not mention One Nation Radio, Rich Lotta, or James Boyd. I want nothing to do with it. You ask on your own volition. I know they listen to the podcast. I want to be like, yourself. Hey, have enough respect to say, like, leave me out of it. I want nothing to do with the foot talk. Leave me out.
Man, I'm out. If they're ever getting One Nation Radio out of here, it is not for some fucking feet ever. Like, nope. Y'all will not have me out here looking like the pizza man that was on Twitter, Dan Gore. Like, yeah, he was asking me to win by feet, so he had to actually lose his podcast, his platform. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I forgot about that. Yeah, man. Since we here, a couple months ago, somebody asked, what?
By Zach wrote Rex Ryan in the comments.
Yeah. Anyway, a couple months ago, someone asked me if I like having my toes sucked. I've never laughed harder in my life, Rich. Never laughed harder in my life. I was like, what?
No.
I'm like, I don't know, but the answer is no, because I want nothing to do with anyone's feet. I want not feet to do nothing with anyone. So no, the answer was no, bro. I dropped my fucking phone and screamed. Oh my god, we can move on.
I don't know where we go off of that.
I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, wait, what? I was. Never in a million years would I expected someone to ask me that question. That's crazy.
Well, I'm sure Darby Allin could use some special attention to his feet now, so You know, whoever can help Darby with that, I'm sure he ain't going nowhere. He ain't skating on them feet, so he gonna have to chill.
Yeah,
at the house.
Do we know how bad it was as far as his injury?
He broke that shit.
Well, I mean, like, does he have plates and pins and screws put in this shit? Does he have,
Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know. But yeah. What else? Strong win for Jay White. They had a world title match. Samoa Joe.
Well, no, we also got to talk about the post match angle and stuff.
Oh yeah. Like Dewey, I guess they broke up the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Yeah. Like what is this going to lead to? Just this is the program all along they were trying to get to for the trios title, finally going Bang Bang Scissor Gang and to give Jay White a belt. Is this what this was?
I guess.
Don't care. I'm
right there with you.
No. I thought that's how your feeling was. I'm going to say I kind of feel the same way.
Don't care. This was like the. We didn't book Jay White for the pay-per-view, so this is a big win and also like an angle to show that he's still important.
Yeah.
So
we have to do this to get people to pretend like he's still a big deal, even though we have Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega and hurt right now, and also Okada right now. So we have the people that were like pretending that they liked Jay White because they thought he was going to WWE, and then like ultimately he didn't end up going to WWE, even though everyone thought he was. Like, you still have to keep.
Now he's going. A cause. Yeah.
And like, let me know, he does good work, but he's, they put him on Saturdays for a reason.
Samoa Joe beat Wardlow. I thought this was the best match Joe and Wardlow have had with each other.
Yes.
Same. There was like flashes of the old Wardlow kind of in this match, but he was there there was a job to be done.
Do you think he's still hammered with the knee? Because it kind of felt like it at times. I don't know if he was selling or if that's actually just like, this is my big shot, I got to suck it up.
I didn't notice.
Okay.
I didn't notice. I thought he did a good as a match that they could do.
Okay.
And the crowd was hot for it.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, Wardlow's like, he lost and he got to move on. But I'm like, yeah, man, like, this is Wardlow's ceiling. He's a challenger.
Yep.
Like, in this promotion, like,
he can be a gatekeeper in a heavy. Yeah.
This shit goes like 12 to 15 deep of like super workers, like, that can be at the top at any given time, right? And it's like, this is not the promotion for Wardlow to be the world champion. I saw a lot of people getting just like, I don't know, like, is it because they debuted them as part of the Devil Group or whatever, and it was like, the main event of World's End, and it's like, they feel like, like the undisputed, like,
exactly what it is. Rich,
like, it's undisputed, like, dude, I'm like, yo, if you look at this group, like, this group, not all that.
Rich, there are people that I have seen online that I see like every, once a week here and there, like, 1 or 2 tweets here, and they're like, who gives a fuck about this Rhea and Bailey or Becky thing? Like, Bailey versus Io should main event one of the nights of WrestleMania.
I saw that.
And I'm like, oh, so you guys are so, you guys like stories so much that you guys can't, you guys just realize because something goes on a long time that like that actually means it's compelling. No. The Rock and Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns are compelling, and Seth is there, but like he's around them. Like, this is not compelling.
Yeah, like,
don't get me wrong, like, there. You like the story, cool. They're gonna have the match and everything, whatever else, but like that is not a main event of WrestleMania, WrestleMania night 1 or 2. No, absolutely the fuck not.
Like, you're not pushing Wardlow as a main eventer in front of like all these people. Right. Like, and again, like, I can list them off.
And the reason why I mentioned the Bailey thing is to get to the point of saying, like, yes, the Undisputed Kingdom thing had this long running story, and like it got executed, it got put through, but that is a mid-card act. And we don't need to pretend, we don't have to force feed that into the main event when we have what we have on this roster. That'd be ridiculous. Like, we are not pushing Adam Cole, who's still in a fucking wheelchair in like month 6, like, at the expense of Swerve or Hangman Page or John Moxley. That would be ridiculous. He's in a wheelchair. He has no aura. We talked about that last week. The wheelchair to voice anyone of aura. Look, the lightning can come down when Rock comes out there, and Rock can roll his ass out there, and when he does the goosebumps, whatever else, it wouldn't hit the same. It wouldn't hit the same in a wheelchair. It just wouldn't.
Yeah. At one point, I want to bring a comment up. Great Devlin says the people that were arguing for Wardlow to win the war, or there were people that were arguing for Wardlow to win the world title in 2022 and won't let it go. There was a window there.
Yes, there was.
They could have did it where he was over and all that, but they missed that
right.
point. It wasn't for him.
Right.
Like the belt went a couple different ways.
Right.
He went a few different ways.
Right. Like not comparing the talent, because Wardlow's obviously more talented, but like there was absolutely a point in time in 2012 to 13 where Ryback could have been WWE champion. Braun Strowman in 2017 could have been the WWE champion. Or Universal champion, whatever the fuck the belt was, the top champion at WWE. The window was missed. It's over. It's closed. Like, the odds of it opening back up are very slim now, given where we are with this roster.
Yep.
That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
After this match, Swerve stormed down with a chain in his hand, looking possessed. And he wants Samoa Joe, and made a beeline for him. Whoop some geeks.
Yes, he did.
Which is always fun.
So, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. What else do we have on Big Business? We had...
So we had a few things, but I just wanted to point out that I sent you a message, opening 35 minutes of Big Business. Mercedes debut in promo. World title match featuring 2 super heavyweights. A picture-in-picture commercial showcasing wrestlers as badasses, dedicated athletes, or larger-than-life characters. The next top title challenger comes down to the ring laying out security with a weapon. Then we get a pre-tape interview of Meddlesome Management and their pan-picked favorite bullying an interviewer. Then I said, I don't want to hear shit about AEW not trying to attract casual fans this week. That whole 35 minutes screams WWE. Screams it. Howls it. Hollers it. Bellows it. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. They tried. And they got the rating they got. And it is what it is. Can we get back to the Darby Allin Jay White matches? Can we get back to the Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher matches? Okay, we've tried it, and I've enjoyed these last 2 weeks of shows post Revolution. I've really enjoyed them, but we tried it. It didn't necessarily work in the way that people say that, like, this is what you do to get the casual fans. They did all this shit to get the casual fans because they followed WWE playbook, and WWE's all about getting casual fans. It didn't work. So, like, can we go back to, like, having the same exact fucking rating, but putting on better in-ring matches? Or do we need another week of this? Not saying...
I thought it was a great show.
I did too, but my point is still my point. It didn't... AEW is so good, they just got to start focusing on trying to get the casuals. They did it for 2 weeks. When are they going to show up? How many more weeks we got to go into trying to get the casuals to they see, oh damn, it still is 800,000 or it's still under like 850,000 to 900,000 before people be like, yeah man, it's bullshit. And it's actually just like a fallacy that people do say this all the time.
I just think they need to piss people off.
And people just want AEW to have its own identity. It has pulled out and made over the last almost 5 years at this point.
Yeah, I think they just need a book to piss people off. The more they can cry and recycle these same arguments, that's what I like. But
we'll keep tracking this because look, the ratings are gone after they just show back up. So we'll see. Let's keep seeing how this goes the next month or so, or until we get to Dynasty. If these are still the same shows, they're still great shows. I'm not knocking the shows for them not being great. They're still great shows, but they're definitely different than the AEW we have seen the last almost 5 years. And if the rating don't go up, we'll have our answer. And we're already 2 weeks in, and I already have an inkling of what this means. So,
we had the Elite, Kazuchika Okada and the Young Bucks against Eddie Kingston, Pac, and who else was it? Eddie Kingston, Pac, and Penta.
Yeah.
Rainmaker after the dick kick. This was this was Road to Dynasty Night 5.
Tag 5. Tag 5, like it says on Cage Match.
Yeah. And I thought this was awesome. Kazuchika Okada was bullying Marvez. you know, in the interview, he was speaking English. You know, I love Okada being in this promotion.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
He's done so well. So well.
Rainmaker to Eddie Kingston set it up. They didn't fuck around. They announced the match immediately. It was like, fuck the pay-per-view is next week. We strapping them up.
Yeah. I think it should be noted that, like, Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada have had some cups of tea in AEW and have a vague idea of how to make this American wrestling work, right? For as well as they have done, given the limited amount of time they've had and experience in American pro wrestling, American major pro wrestling TV, it's almost as if like all-time great wrestlers are just going to be all-time great. Like, don't get me wrong, if they were a level below, if they were all-time great wrestlers, they were like just great wrestlers, maybe it won't work out so well as it's working out for them right now, but it's working out great. And Rich, you know, for all the talk that we, you know, of Okada doing this well, and like his English is like seems very advanced for the amount that we thought that he knew. Like, imagine if we can get in a time machine and pull out 2010 Hiroshi Tanahashi. It would be fucking over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
loud and you know,
like Okada doing this one is like. There was the guy that made him a star was more made for American pro wrestling TV than even him, and he's doing great with it. So it's like, my God, like this is really
Tana with the body. Oh yeah.
In the hair. Yep. High energy at the time too. Yep.
Well, yeah, man. Elite get the win. Trying to think anything else on Big Business.
Kingston's seems like that whole Triple Crown. He finna have one belt by the end of this shit. He'll be the new
bring it up. Yep. Bring it up.
He about to be the NJ Strong champ for who knows how long, and then you know we'll go from there. We'll move from there. But I mean he's this is because it's him versus Mark Briscoe at Supercon of Honor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's definitely potential for him to end up losing that belt. Yeah, just really just solid basic television, and Okada's shit just already knows all the tricks because he's already done all of this before, right? It's like, you know,
and just in case we're gonna handcuff you to the Young Bucks, just
right,
you know,
like, you know, another example, right? Like when Minosuke shows up in AEW, right, and he has matches, right, and he's way past his peak, right? He's past his prime. And it's
Ujima,
like, and it's like, bro, like, can you imagine if Minoru Suzuki from 2017 was on AEW television, supposed to 2022 through 24? Minoru Suzuki, do you understand what like the level of people that like the things that we were told that like, you know, because of WWE, of like what can work on television that's American Pro Wrestling and whatever, like, oh man, that bell rings, he's fucking terrifying.
He'll slap the shit out you. He'll like roll your leg up. Like,
best facial expressions during matches in the business. Still, whatever.
Yeah,
man.
There was there was some shit from Suzuki that I used to enjoy. Like around the time he was still getting IWGP title matches. Like, so he would.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Like 17, I think, maybe 18.
I think the last one I heard was like 2019 for sure. Like, he had that match,
and it was like
Quest, right?
I think Royal Quest was the last one he got.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of the one where he fought him at New Beginning. So that might have been like a couple years before that even. And it was like...
Was it during the Okada title run?
I think
that was 17.
2017.
That was he had just... Didn't he come back for that? Didn't Suzuki come back after Wrestle Kingdom for that? Yeah.
So like he's just like fuck niggas' legs up. Like just bad. And it would you know, I don't know, man. Like niggas told us a lot of shit that turned out to be cap. So, you know,
it's like these people, like New Japan also has cameras, folks. Like they know where the camera, like even if they don't know where the cameras are facing, like there is a such thing as a center stage or one side of the ring is where they're supposed to project towards. And like
there is a different philosophy I hear over there.
Definitely.
Like to where it's like here, it's like, yo, you find the camera,
right?
And then in New Japan, it's like you do your thing, we'll find you. Like that's what it's kind of like.
That's true. But when they do poses and taunts or whatever else, and they also stage up stuff for like in post, like for angles, whatever else, there is a hard cam / center or there is a quote unquote stage, if you will, that they're presenting themselves towards, right? Mm. Like when they're in Corkin Hall, like they're facing towards like the orange seats, right?
There's a fake Corkin Hall in WWE 2K24. It's fucking hilarious.
Are you serious?
And it has the East sign in there.
That's funny. Got East.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, my point is like they have an idea of where they're supposed to face all that kind of stuff and everything. Like obviously they're no less concerned as far like they'll make it seem more legitimate as far as like they'll go towards quote unquote facing or have their backs away from the hard cam, and then like the camera crew has to figure it out. But a lot of it comes down to like these arenas that people book, AEW included, are too big and like they have like one side blacked out, so they don't want to get shots of the bad side of the ring. That's all it really is. But if you're like New Japan or Stardom, whatever else, and you have every seating everywhere, and then people fill out anywhere, they don't care. They'll just shoot the shit. So whatever. It's too inside baseball for pro wrestling, or for the show. But yeah, just yeah, man. These all-time wrestlers figure out a way, and that's how it became as great as they became. And it don't take much, I don't think it takes as much learning as you need to sit here and for 2 years you need to learn how to do X, Y, and Z Ricochet, or
it's
any
weird,
of them.
Man.
Drew McIntyre, yeah, you need to be here for however long he was. What's the point?
Aren't actually good, James. They're not actually good. But they had a Rio and Willow Nightingale main event, led to Willow getting the win over Riho in the world's happiest match. And then
really good match. Really good match.
This led to the lights going out and Julia Hart and Sky Blue appearing, and immediately I'm like, why the fuck are they in the ring? Who cares about, like, I'm just going crazy in the group chat. And then I'm like, oh, this is for Mercedes to come out. CEO music hits again. She comes out, change the gear, essentially.
Yes.
They lay out the Spooky Twins and kind of embrace each other after the match. Willow's like, all right, like, we got smoke kind of, but, I thank you for this. And it looks like there's going to be at least a tag match. And then whatever the fuck's going on, Mercedes going to speak on Wednesday about it.
Yeah.
But, I can't think of anything else unless I'm missing something from the show.
I mean, I think you got the key points.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't have anything else written down, but yeah, man, just overall, I thought it was a real good show. Like it was big and bright, and it drew, and it was
great crowd.
It felt like a great crowd. Boston's always a good crowd for AEW, and also like it felt like, this is like one of them big shows. Like there's a clear difference of when there's 9 in a building and there's 2.5 or 3,000 in the building. Like there's a huge difference. So ticket sales seem to be, they're going to Canada now. So
Toronto,
we'll see how they do in there.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I think they were in Ottawa over the weekend, the first time, and we watched Shibata and Danielson. Forgot about that one.
A. Matchington, man.
Yeah, man. I sent a tweet that led to perhaps the worst tweet ever sent out on the platform. That person got absolutely ratioed to hell, to the point where like Dax from FTR was jumping in on them. It was that bad. It was that bad. You can find and motherfuckers screenshotting it.
Fruit sometimes.
Wrestlers. Like it was so bad. Now I was just excited to see the match. I was like, yo, man, there's 200 of these in AEW. What the fuck? This is great. Let's go. Yeah. And then I saw someone reply to you and be like, name them. I was like, I don't think you know how this works. Like, like the G1 climax, that's not like before we even include like the final, like
in 20 wrestlers, that's 90 right there. You don't think there's like 25 wrestlers in AEW you could do this with? Because there is. Sorry, you're wrong.
Yeah. After a while, I had to,
I'm sorry. 45 wrestlers. I'm sorry, my bad.
But saw Shibata and Danielson. This was so enjoyable. I thought it started a little slow, but after that, they got to it, and I was like, this is awesome, man. Like, this was just like crisp technique. They were hitting each other hard. It wasn't, you wanted obviously this match to happen a little bit earlier, but I think for what we got, I'm more than content with what they did.
So I love this match. I don't know what my expectations were for this match. I think it was around like, it'll be great because it's them. But I don't know how much you're going to do and work around the limitations they have, and the way Danielson already masterfully works around his limitations as far as like, some of the stuff he's had. He's, been working around, since 2018. But my takeaway from it is like, these are two people. I'm not saying they're the best wrestlers in the world or the best wrestlers ever. But there are certain wrestlers, when I watch them, you've heard me describe these people as perfect wrestlers. And when I say that, I mean, like, this person doesn't have everything, may not have every tool in the toolbox, but this person knows what kind of wrestler they are, and they make it work almost under any circumstance to a certain level or certain standard. And it is impressive to watch them do their thing. So, like, there are more people than this, but the ones that immediately come to mind when I watch this is like, when I watch Pac, I'm like, I'm sure there is people better, but like on the right night, can't tell me there isn't. As far as the way he can control his body, agility he has, the way he never fucks up anything almost ever. And when you, in the times that he fucks up something, you probably remember them. Same thing when AJ Styles was in AEW, was in WWE and New Japan. And like until like up until like 2017, where AJ was kind of I got that feeling with him. Okada, Danielson, Shuri, Shibata. I'm just like, I'm watching this match and I'm watching them, mat wrestle, chain wrestle, get each other in and out of submissions or whatever else and in predicaments. And the whole time I'm watching, it's like, bro, they're in there and they're not exerting any effort, but this is entertaining and this in a certain gear and they're finna percolate and it's gonna, go to the next level. But obviously it did. And I'm watching, I'm just like, they're so good that it's like, they're going at a snail's pace doing this, especially compared to AEW standards for matches. And like, they can honestly go slower and it wouldn't fucking matter because once they press their foot on the gas, you know where this is going. Because they have the control of the audience and the viewers at home. And it's just like, they're just masters of the craft, and they've been for years. And even with their limitations and them being far past their prime, you see what Daniels has cranked out over the last 5-6 months. And you see like when Shibata, he's not wrestling a regular workload, but like this is one of the guys that like we lost his prime in and when he was in his prime, he was one of the baddest motherfuckers in the business. And it was really fun to see this because it was for a lot of people matches dream match, maybe not like number one dream match, but like it's a match that I've always thought about. And like, I'm glad I finally got to see it. And like, this is another reason why like, I'm glad this promotion exists, because to be able to see stuff like this that like we thought would never be something we'd ever get. And that's what this Danielson run has been the last 6 months. Like a whole bunch of shit that we never thought we'd get, or even AEW run period. A whole bunch of shit we never thought we'd get. Oh, first match, Omega and Danielson. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking awesome. Omega and Okada, 2 matches. You know what I'm saying? Him and Sabre twice. This has been a fucking blast. Him and Eddie over the matches they've had over the years. Now, like, this has been a fucking blast. And I'm so glad that, like, he's left WWE to do this. And, like, it goes back to the Moxley and Mercedes thing. Like, you have proof of concept. You have a passion to do this. There is another place to do it. If you have whatever, feel like you're creatively stifled or you feel unfilled or whatever else. If you have made a name for yourself, you have built a rep or whatever else, you command that kind of attention, you can come to AEW and do kind of what you want. And you get to see them. And let's
get them in there with Ishii.
Oh my God.
Let's do that.
Match, but yeah, that'd be amazing too. I'm so glad this place exists. So glad.
Yeah, man.
What would we talk about if like AEW never started? We just be talking about New Japan still? Because they never would have left. Because they never left in New Japan. They all to stay in New Japan. You think it would have been what the case was?
This would have been like a full Stardom podcast, or like this shit might not exist. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, man. Like, so many people like decided to show their ass about this match leading up to it, and the fallout of it. Then started sending clips about it, and it's like they don't like the same things we do.
Exactly.
And they're not content to kind of just leave us in this bubble to enjoy these things.
Right.
Like, they're actively like on the offense, like on the assault, like trying to just, because it's almost like, damn, we don't have anything like this for ourselves to like really go up for. So like we need to weaponize like this, whatever, these we need to weaponize the school of thought against like these cool things that you like. And
why are they
there's so much bad faith with this, and it's just like, man, I can't imagine a wrestling world where this doesn't exist right now, because it's like we did that, and I gotta tell you, it was not like the peak of like New Japan. Like it was great and all that, but like in like WWE was like, it was trash. We know this, but people, they can't allow themselves to think WWE was trash.
Wow. But while they won't admit that, they'll talk about how much they enjoy what WWE is doing now. But they won't come back and be like, yeah, that gender shit was fucking ridiculous. That fucking sucked.
It's like, that like you were sitting through shit like that, but like as compared to like, this is the shit where they're slapping each other. They don't understand. It's like, y'all watching motherfuckers wind up with these big Memphis punches back and forth for years. Right. Like, but it's like, all right, man, like, I think it's kind of disheartening. It's like, yeah, man, like I was like excited for the match. People try to temper your excitement, react to the match, thought it was awesome, and then it's like, I gotta go back and stomp on these people now, essentially. And it's like, fuck, why can't I just like remain pure? Almost.
I think my favorite part about it was when people were clipping up like, these two have had careers, have notable brain injuries in their careers, and they are slapping each other unprotected. And I was like, you fucking idiots. They're slapping each other in the fucking neck.
Yeah.
You are aware that this is a magic show. Clearly clearly know some of the magic tricks, but see magic trick right in front of your face where you can see Danielson's whole left side of his neck lighting up after each strike more and more, and it comes to the conclusion he's getting his brain rattled. You guys,
these aren't even original thoughts. These aren't even original thoughts. They just fucking come from one or two places and get fucking parroted. Like, and it's just like, I can't even think for yourselves, man. Like y'all, we don't respect that shit. Like, fuck out of here, man. Like,
yeah. All right, whatever, man. But yeah, man, great match, as you mentioned. Ass another awesome real on this. Danielson continues to keep pace over this lead over Will Ospreay.
Oh yeah, that British man is coming.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that was a great match. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to watch any of the rest of Collision because like I had to click over to watch the ACC tourney final, NC State versus North Carolina. But yeah, man,
I saw Julia Hart come out next.
I enjoyed the hell out of that match, and I'm so glad I got to see it.
I saw Julia Hart come out next, and I didn't even want to set myself up, so like I went ahead and enjoy the rest of my Saturday night.
That's not a bad idea. That wasn't a
setup. That was a setup.
That wasn't a bad idea. So don't blame me. Yeah, but I think that's all I have. Do you have anything else, Rich?
I do not.
All right. Thanks for listening, y'all. That's the end of the show. Be sure to rate us whatever app you're using to listen to this with. If you are listening from the or if you're watching from the stream, you can go to our podcast link in our show notes and go to the Red Circle link and you can donate there. And be sure to listen to the other shows on the network. Besides One Nation Radio, you have Keepin It Strong Style. You have All Things Elite. You have Imp's WWE Adventure. You have Russell Art with Chris Things. You have Tunnel Talk. And you have the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast. Thanks for listening, y'all. Later.
Peace.